Just like the Alberta government, Trudeau has his own energy war room that you've probably never heard about. But Trudeau's war room, well, it's fighting the Alberta energy sector. The Alberta government has something called the Canadian Energy Centre. It's a government-funded office that exists to combat the lies being told about the Alberta energy sector from radical environmentalists. The environmentalists now are so scared that they're trying to block the so-called Energy War Room's investigation into where all this environmentalist money is coming from. It's, of course, in the financial interest of the province of Alberta, which is what I care about, that the foreign-funded lies from the environmental movement are not allowed to stand, because real Albertans lose their jobs because energy projects get held up, because pipelines don't get built, and then government revenues plummet and debt skyrockets because the energy sector, because of the lies, ends up in a full-scale meltdown. Makes perfect sense to me. I'm not one to advocate for a new bureaucracy. However, if there is an agency that promotes Alberta tourism as a good thing, then surely there should be an agency that promotes Alberta oil and gas as a good thing too. But Trudeau's Energy War Room doesn't do any of those things. Trudeau's Energy War Room isn't to promote the energy sector and fight the slander and lies of the energy sector's enemies, but rather his war room is to wage war on the energy sector. Just look at this from Blacklock's the other day. Feds published anti-oil op-eds. Federal website has published climate change commentary opposing aid for oil companies or airlines, claiming the world remains on fire. Neither the author nor the Department of Industry would comment. The world remains on fire due to climate change caused primarily by the burning of fossil fuels, wrote author Dr. Kyla Tayanhara, Canada Council Research Chair in Economy and Environment at Queen's University. Her opinions were published on the website of the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council, a $978 million per year federal agency. Tayanhara last year received a $46,955 federal research grant entitled Fossil Fuel Finance, the Role of Export Credit Agencies. One commentary called How to Build a Better Canada After COVID-19, Launch of Fossil Fuel Future states, we cannot afford to invest in and expand the fossil fuel industry any further. In a separate commentary called Coronavirus and the Economy, We Need Green Stimulus, Not Fossil Fuel Bailouts, I'm sensing a theme here, she wrote, any bailout to the fossil fuel industry and airlines would be monumentally counterproductive. Stimulus measures should either provide substantial environmental benefits, such as greenhouse gas emissions reductions, or reorientate the economy to low-carbon activities such as care work and the arts. Ladies, you got an unemployed rig hand under your feet? Has he tried feminist basket weaving or communicating his white privilege through interpretive dance? I wonder if the power company will take his macaroni sculpture of the pickup truck the bank just repossessed in exchange for payment this month. Tayanhara also tweeted this. Let's remember that tar sands extraction has horrendous environmental impacts. And this nearly $1 billion Humanities Research Council refused to explain to Blacklocks how one qualifies for such a grant as Tayanhara received. Looks to me like Jason Kenney's Energy War Room doesn't have to look any further than the federal government to find the funding sources for the enemies of Alberta. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. During the pandemic, the mainstream media basically dropped all of Trudeau's scandals so that they could cover his daily press conference outside of Rideau Cottage. But not us. We have kept investigating his scandals. To help us continue doing this sort of journalism, please go to helprebelnews.com.